Alright,
Is it actually recording?
I think so. It says it is.
Okay.
It said it was last time too, though, so.
Round two!
So, Mike and I just filmed the whole thing. We broke down a bunch of stuff. It was the best video I've ever made, and I lost it. This one's gonna suck way more. Yeah. We're gonna be going over 2 ways of using a level change to land a low shot. And by a low shot, I'm talking about landing anywhere in here to here on his body. I don't really want to land below the knee, and I'm not talking about hitting him in the balls. It is a leg shot. I should probably use the term leg shot. First off, why don't we go for below the knee? We don't go for below the knee because that's too far to travel, even with the tricks I'm going to show you. Even if I'm changing my level, by the time I get to there, he's going to have hit me. If we try to get all the way down, we run into the problems that we talked about in the last video of getting stuck. With leg shots, if I just throw it, Mikey's going to beat me. If we're in range, he's going to hit me before I hit him here. This is just too far for me to travel. That's way quicker. It's that's a yard. This is a yard and a half. So we generally tell new fighters not to throw with the legs at all. So this is for your advanced and intermediate fighters. Once you got to the level that you have a good guard, you can play with some stuff. Here's how you can start adding that back in. We're shooting for thigh. And we're shooting for it because he can't cover that with his blade. Right? If he really extends his pommel down, he can get almost to his knee, but also that means he's blocking with his hands, which most people don't want to do. So that's what we're really going for here, because most of our guard is hip up. So I'm trying to get below his guard, land a free shot. I have to find a way of doing that without getting hit myself. The way we're going to do that is we're going to do a level change to a block, and we're going to do a level change where we throw his guard out of position. I'll start with that. The level change where we throw his guard out of position. This is something I picked up from a video where a samurai is fighting Pitor.
His name was Pitor Postal.
I've linked it on my page. I'll link it again. It's a really great fight. Really high level dueling.
Take a quick peek of it in action. Then a slow-mo here. You can see Sam bites. He lands and then returns. These two are just misses, but really show that setup.
But so what he does, he's going to be standing in a high guard. One of the things about a high guard is when I'm in here, I'm not defensive. Mikey can pick me apart anywhere on the left side he wants. He can pick my leg, my head, and this. But at the same time, he knows I'm throwing. So if he starts doing that and kicking me, I'm coming with the power. Sorry. So that's what this is. This is an offensive threat. I'm saying, hey, I'm going to throw. So part of why we want to do this is we're getting him to think, hey, I'm throwing. And he's also going to think I'm throwing in this range, right? So I'm up here. I'm not going to be throwing all the way down here. He's going to bring his guard a little higher to me. To make this work, the first thing we do is we do a shoulder fake. We bring it up like we're going to throw. Ha! So pop that up, his guard comes up even higher. What that opens is all of this. So now I don't even have to hit his leg. His hips are open now. The other thing I'm going to do when I throw this is I'm going to take a step that disguises my level change. So I generally want to do this. You can do it either foot forward, but I like the idea of doing it with your sword foot back, so that as I take my step in, it looks like I'm still at the same height, even though I'm not. Right? My sword stays kind of high, but I'm actually here. Easy shot. So I throw my fake, I take my step in, and I throw. Now, we still run into the problem that by the time I throw, he could recover and hit me. What makes this work, right? So we're at 1-to-1. I'm in a perfect position to step and throw my next shot as he's recovering. So I should be a little bit up, and hopefully I can get out. Or throw my third shot or my fourth. So, if he does manage to come out of his block and land a shot, It's okay, because I can land my own. Why I can land my own on that is because normally, when I throw this blow, my tip is super low. I have to recover my tip all the way back up. Here I change levels, so I'm not actually recovering my tip up to here, I'm only recovering it to here, and I'm also making sure to keep my tip even with my waist. I might come as low as my hips, but really I want to keep it even with my waist. So I'm throwing, and I'm cutting his nuts off by accident. And so I'm in my stance, and this only needs to come to here. What's nice about this too is if I miss, right, because the normal block for this is he takes his step out, which might cause me to miss. It's really easy for me to get back in guard. I can just whoop. If I came all the way down, it's this big work, this big effort to bring it all the way back up. It's the same if I hit. If I hit here, it's a big effort to come to the next one. Here it's real quick. It's just a roll of the hands. I don't have to do this big circle. Just a little circle on backhand and go to my next blow. So Mikey is going to do that. He's going to throw on the bob that is taller. So you're not going to see him for a second, and then hopefully he'll come back in the frame. Do it again. So remember, get out of you're starting in high guard. So get into high guard, right? Big shoulder fake. The only thing I want to point out that Mikey's doing, he's taking this big long lunge step. His knee's coming all the way down. Mikey, mind standing here again? Well, if I do that, I'm kind of stuck. It's going to be harder for me to get out. He could also start grappling and throw me because I'm in a bad position. He can kick this leg out. I want to stay shoulders over thighs over feet. So when I take this step in, this foot should slide in a little bit, and I want to make sure I'm not dropping all the way down. Mikey does have a problem in that he's a lot taller, and his hips are particularly tall, most of it his legs, so he's going to have to drop a lot lower. So if you're tall, you may have some troubles, and you may be getting down into these really more dangerous, uncomfortable positions. Ideally, though, we're here. We're in that half crouch we were talking about before in the previous video. We're not dropping our ass all the way down. We're not coming to a full lunge. We're still in a great stance.
This is a clip of Mikey actually landing the technique in a fight we had before I'd ever shown him it. So apparently he already had this in the bag. You can see he baits me up right about here. Whole body fake, drops in, and then has the recovery.
With a hanging guard block. And what makes this work is that as we're throwing, he's going to be throwing. But because I've changed my level, I've added distance to his shot. So we're going at the same rate, and hopefully I can get this block. Some details on this block. When I'm here, I'm ducking my head. I'm not just bringing this straight up. I'm coming in and ducking to get that. Second, I'm throwing the blow so that my hands are already up. Note, my edge is still in alignment. I don't roll until I hit. After I hit, I do roll and I show my flat and I get under it. Last little bit. You may see me throw this in a match and come to here. That's bad. You should never do that. You're going to want to do that. You're going to think, this is my block. That's just going to get you hit. So, all the way up. All the way up like you're throwing a press. And that will get you, that should save you, right? So, as I throw this shot, hopefully I get my block. But even if I don't, even let's say I'm too late and he gets me here, again, I should be able to step around, and because I have his blade on my blade, I have a little bit of control and sense of it. I can do this roll and stay on top of it and land my next blow. Hopefully I can stay up. This gives you a 75% chance of staying one ahead of him, a 50% chance of two. I'd say both of these are at that spot. Worst case scenario, you should be 1-1. So So I really like this one as well. Mikey, you want to try this? Nice. Try it on this way, so you can see it from the other side. So, point out what Mikey's doing is he's throwing the blow and then bringing it up. A lot of us are going to have that problem. We really want to make sure we're throwing that blow at a downward angle. See, in that time he barely changed levels and still was able to get that back over his head pretty damn quickly. So yeah, really make sure when you're throwing this shot, it's down low. You can actually do this without changing levels. You can be here and throw back. And because I have control of him, I know he's not going to get a shot. I can throw this, boom, I'm ready to catch that next block. And that works without me having to really get free to throw this blow. I can just be like, we're here, we're still in that bind. I'm landing my blow, and my block, and I'm out. I believe you like doing this with the back leg, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can do this. Like he's going to demonstrate.
I get in the bind and I roll.
Right, and you see he's already in that guard. If I want to come over, this is my natural shot. There, would have to be smart and do something like this to land. And by then, again, he has that next shot. So the back leg is another key to make that work when you're in a tight bind. I think that's it. I probably missed a bunch of details.
Hopefully it recorded this time.
Yeah!
It did.